Do you ever feel like no matter how hard you work or how much money you make, you're still constantly falling behind? And as an entrepreneur, it's like, man, maybe I should go get a job, but getting a job is not even feasible anymore. Like you're now past the point you're unemployable. That's where I was. And God has taken me through this process that I want to share because I know that there's a lot of people that are going through the same thing. And the thing is, as an entrepreneur, especially those of us in the network marketing space, we are taught how to make money in network marketing, but there's a very few people out there teaching you how to be wise with the money when it comes in. And I've gone through this transition that I kind of wanted to talk through with you just briefly, but I've gone through this transition of, my corporate days, it was work hard, climb the corporate ladder, right? The next best promotion, the next best job, always looking for, the next rung on the ladder. And then after two layoffs, I decided to go into full-time entrepreneurship with network marketing. And then it was hustle, 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 hustle. This is within, I always said life change starts with a made up mind. When you make a decision, you can make it happen. And everything is figure outable. And I started making money. 2 years into my network marketing career, was making more than I ever did in full time. I was making six figures. By my third year in network marketing, I was making multiple six figures. There was one year I almost hit 300,000 in income. And I know there's some of you watching this that have made way more than that. And some of you that are like, I can only imagine, like, what a dream, right? One thing that I never learned in that time of, those multiple six-figure years was how to be responsible with my money. And, some of that comes from childhood. Listen, my parents didn't talk about money. They were like, we don't talk about how much we make. We don't like money was not talked about. And therefore it wasn't taught. And I was taught, the only thing I can really remember being taught was to tithe 10%. So God can bless you, right? That's like the only thing that really sticks out to me. But I had this money mindset of my parents were super frugal and never bought anything new, really, and I went to Goodies for clothes in high school and my friends were going to Gap, and then I would hang out with my aunt who had money and she'd take us shopping and it was lots of fun. And I'm like, okay, spending money is fun. Not having money or being frugal is depressing. Um, and so we create these money mindsets as we grow up. And then if we don't fix them, we carry them into adult life, right? So I was a hustler. I'm like, I work hard for everything I have, but then when I had money in my hand, I just like wanted to spend it and have fun. And so as my income increased, so did my lifestyle. And then nobody prepared me for, not that it was anyone's responsibility, it was my own, but I was not prepared for a dip in income. And that, oh, this isn't always going to keep increasing because for 3 years, I had like 170% growth month over month for 3 years. And I thought, oh, it's just going to keep doing this. And I'm going to get to a six-figure a month income. And that's just going to be my life. I'm good. I'm set. And so, all that to say, that's not the way it went. And now my heart and my passion, I know that's not the way it went for several reasons. But one big one is so that I could turn around and share my story and the things that I've learned, and I could learn the hard lessons so that you don't have to. Or that I could, I think there's going to be a group of people that follow along with this journey and learn from me that will say, oh, I've done it the wrong way too, and I haven't quite gotten it right. Wendy, you're one step ahead of me, and I want to follow. And then there's going to be the group of people that are just that really, my heart is those in their 20s and 30s who haven't dug themselves in the hole yet, haven't made great money yet to get their money habits right now so that you don't have to learn the hard lessons that I did. And so I'm going to wrap this up in a minute, but I want you to hear this is that I went through a transition of I'll climb the ladder to I'll hustle hard and make it happen to I made it happen. Now I'm living the lifestyle to money going backwards. So God, please provide and take care of me, right? Please give me surplus so I can be okay. To understanding that I should actually make a lot of money as an entrepreneur, that's not a bad thing, but I need to be a giver, right? And prioritize, the first 10% is God's and focus on that again. To now where I'm at is understanding that 100% is his. 100% is God's. And that he has called us to steward well. It is no longer, Lord, help me manage my money the right way. It is now, Lord, help me steward your money the right way. That is the shift that I have made. And now when every dollar comes in, it has a purpose. Every dollar is divided. When I make $1, I don't have $1 to spend. When I make $1 in my business, it gets divided up amongst different categories in my business. When out of the money I pay myself, it gets divided up into certain categories within that. And that is what brings freedom. Building your emergency fund, being debt-free. Those are the things that bring financial freedom. And God wants us to be free, because if we're not, we are not fully released to do the work that he's called us to do. If we're burdened by debt, we can't be radically generous. And that's what he wants us to do. I'm helping somebody out today with something. And I was sitting here going, man, I'm doing what I can, right? I'm serving where I can. But imagine if time and money were stewarded so well that I could be radically generous with my time and money. That's what I want for God's people. Because the government is not supposed to be taking care of those that need financial help. The church is. And I don't mean the church building that you tithe to. I mean the church body. We should be the ones taking care of the widow, taking care of the homeless, taking care of the orphan. But we are so wrapped up in debt and lifestyle that we have no room. And it's totally flipped our world upside down because we need the government to do it, because we can't. And I'm on a mission to change that. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.